Hey. Alrighty. Great to see y'all this evening. Let's start by just turning our attention inward. Right? Close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you, and notice where you can feel the floor. Right? That might be texture of your clothing or the mat. It might be where your hands touch the ground. Just notice the support, right? Notice the solidity of whatever we're sitting on or whatever's holding us up. All right, now we're going to take some three-part breathing here. Each inhale checks in at 3 different places. Each exhale checks in at 3 different places. And we're going to fill up on our inhale from low to high. We're going to hold our breath for a moment and then empty the breath. Exhale from the top, the middle, then low in the belly. So I'll talk us through 1 or 2, and then I'll be quiet and we can just sort of figure it out. So we're going to divide the breath up into thirds. The first third of the inhale is going to come low in the belly. So breathe in just a little bit into the abdomen. Breathe in the second part, the solar plexus. And then top it off, fill up your lungs up to the collarbones and the hollow of the throat. And pause for just a moment and then exhale in the reverse order. Exhale from high up, and then exhale from the center. And then use your abdominal muscles to push out all the bubbles. Imagine you're underwater. And you breathe out so there's no more bubbles. Hold your breath empty for a moment. And then breathe in a third down low. And then a third to the solar plexus. And then top it off. Fill it up all the way to the collarbones. And pause. And then exhale from up high, exhale from middle, and use the abdominal muscles to squeeze all the bubbles out. All right, let's take a few more rounds so you can just sort of find your own and feel your own rhythm for it. Okay? Let's use our hands and arms in front of us, and from our easy pose, we're going to keep this spine straight and just walk it forward. Use your hands and arms to lower the upper body forward. Pay attention to where you feel it in the legs and the hips and when it shows up in the lower back. Because that's what we want, is to create sensation and then stay with that. Just feel it on purpose. All right, let's stay nice and low with the upper body, but just use the hands and arms to circle around. Just let the upper body circle around over the hips. The sacrum is what we're dealing with. It's where our spine plugs into the back of the hips. Feel that part of the body as we're making this big circle. All right, let's circle the other way. Same deal, slow, full circle, the biggest circle that our spine and our sacrum will make. Just take it the other direction. Let's come on back to center. And let's take both legs out straight. And then reach. Let this push with the arms and the shoulders. Pull the spine, pull the back up nice and tall, and then hinge it forward from the hips. Reach out long over the legs. And then just release. Once you find that space, once you feel that big expansion in the back of the leg, we just release forward. Because these are our heavy duty, stress busting poses. Forward folds, cooling positions can help us deal with anxiety. When we have high intensity setting of the nervous system, forward folds will help us cool that off. Okay, let's roll that up nice and easy. We'll bring our head up last. Roll it up right. And then we're going to bring our hands right down outside the hips and press down like we're trying to lift our seat, right? It doesn't matter if we actually come off the mat or not. What we want is the full-on push. Keep it steady and consistent over time. Okay, let's cross the left leg over the right. So left knee bends, right leg stays straight. Let's push up to make space and then hinge forward from the hips. Okay, let's roll it up nice and smooth. And we'll switch legs. Left is straight, right knee bends to cross over. So reach it up tall, and then hinge forward from the hips. Find that feeling of expansion, find the big stretch, and then keep it going. Find a way where we release and we settle and get comfortable with the upper body, but we've set it up so that that relaxation is still lengthening the back of the leg. Okay, that's good. Let's roll it back upright. This time both legs are straight, but we're going to get a wide stance because that's going to let us get to the inside of the legs here. Anytime we do things that are challenging, it sort of bends our back. This is one way to accommodate that new movement, but let's set it up forward, leaning a little bit, angle forward over the hips, press forward with the lower back, lift the heart, and then use the hands and arms and lower the upper body with control. Remember, there's no goal where we're trying to get to with the upper body. The goal is to find that big, full stretch on those muscles inside the legs and then just settle in so that it keeps happening. All right, let's roll it on back upright. And let's set up some eagle legs. So knees are going to bend, left is on the bottom, and we're going to take that left foot around outside the right hip so that our left knee is pointing roughly forward towards the front of the mat. And then the right is on top. We're going to take that right foot and pull it over outside the left hip. So we got our knees stacked up and they're just pointing roughly forward, right? The end goal is just to get the legs hugged together, right? Nice and snug there. Okay, let's do the same thing with our arms. Arms are going to go out, left is on bottom, and we're going to wrap them way up here under our chin. Let this first crossing be way up high, and then bend the elbows, and we're going to twine the arms together. Okay, now first, push away. This is the beak of your eagle here, your hands. So reach that beak out far away. And it's one of those things where we activate, we're pushing away the whole time, and then start to lift the elbows. So the beak is lengthening and the elbows are going up towards the top of the head the whole time. Okay, let's let the arms unwind, and we'll use our hands and arms here and turn this into a forward fold. It's really great for the hip flexors. Okay, hinge it forward from the hips. Okay, let's roll it back upright. And we're going to undo the legs and then redo so that the right is on the bottom. Okay? Right foot wraps around somewhere over towards the left hip. Left foot heads across. We got the knees nice and snug. Okay, let's right arm on the bottom. Let's start from out straight. Right arm's on the bottom. Wrap them way up tight. We got our beak pressing forward, right? Our beak is getting long, and then keep it reaching, and also start to come up and back with the elbows. And we just find that limit. We hit the place where our body doesn't move in that direction anymore, but instead of giving up and holding still, we just keep applying like 10% strength. Okay, let's undo the arms. Use your hands here to help balance and steer the upper body. And we're just going to lower it forward, over the knees. Find where this lands in the hips. And use that sensation as our hanging post or our hitching post for our attention, right? Hitch the horse of your attention to that feeling in the hips. Awesome. Let's roll it upright. And I'll meet you guys in tabletop pose. Just regular old hands and knees. And
I would hate to pass through here without doing some cat-cow, so let's do it, okay? Inhale is gonna send our back up way high, our head's gonna drop, our tailbone's gonna point down. Inhale, ends here. The exhale is gonna start to drop the upper body, chest and the solar plexus can sink. We're gonna tilt our tailbone up, lift the crown of the head. So exhale is all about making the valley. Inhale is making the mountain. Okay, let's make our back about flat and let's do some barrel rolls here. So we're going to take this point in the solar plexus and make a circle with it. So first, send the chest out to the right and then circle it up and then to the left and then down low. All right, we're just circling with the spine and the rib cage. And remember, we're trying to expand our range of motion. So find the limit, right? Find the place where you're active there for the edge of the range of motion, and you just sort of press against it, lean against it. Let's take our circle the other way. Okay, that's good. Let's sit back towards our heels. And we'll find a very comfortable child's pose. So you can make a pillow with your hands and arms. You can bring your forehead to the mat. You can turn your head to one side or the other if that feels comfortable for your neck. Child's pose is all about feeling solid and secure and protected and restful. We don't have to be defensive. We can switch everything off, right? We're in a safe, friendly place, so everything can let go, right? We can release anywhere where we have muscles that are short, allow them to lengthen. Okay, let's make our way back upright. And let's extend the left leg straight behind us. Right? And then we're going to bend the left knee and point it up. Okay, so we're opening the hips out to the left side. And now that left knee is bent, it's going to circle forward. See if we can touch the left shoulder, or at least go in that direction. And then keep the knee bent, but tuck the knee underneath. So we're basically making a circle. The shin and the left foot stay floating. We're going to extend back, and then bend the knee, and the hips open. Knee points up first, and then circles forward to approach the left shoulder, and then it tucks under. Okay, let's bring the left knee back home, and we'll take it to the right side. So we're going to extend the right leg, And then our right knee is going to bend, open the hips to the right, point the right knee up, and then circle it forward. Tuck it under, extend back. Okay, that's great. Let's bring the right knee home and then tuck both sets of toes. Tuck under with the toes and then gently sit back towards the heels. It's a big stretch in the bottoms of the feet and the toes now that they're tucked. So we, just like all of our other movements, we approach it with respect to our body and smoothly and consciously is the most important thing. If we're watching, we're going to take care of ourselves. If we're going slow and we're listening to our body, we're going to take care of ourselves. So we just ease into this compressed position, and then we're going to take the hands forward maybe 3 to 4 inches. Now feel the weight of the body translating out into the hand, right? It's become a forward push, right? But our hands on our sticky mat are supporting us. That friction is. Now roll your shoulders back, right? Roll your shoulders open, and then just straighten the knees and make this big pyramid. Downward facing dog. If you have a favorite dog that you would like to emulate, this is the time to do it. Of course, there's upward facing dog, and it's funny, once you get used to thinking of them this way, they do the upward facing dog and stretch their chest up, and then they do the downward facing dog. Otherwise known as the play bow. When they sort of hunker down with their front shoulders, it's like an invitation to play. I read about it in a pet psychology book, and then I was like, oh, yeah, my dog does that every time we meet. All right, let's bend one knee at a time. This is specifically for the back of the calves. The straight leg just gets a massive lengthening, massive dose of length. Okay, from here, let's take the right leg out straight, just like we did earlier. Then we're going to bend the knee and point the right knee up. The hips open out to the side. Hey, we're just trying to let that right foot hang back behind us, opening the hips, pulling the knee towards the sky. And let's come back through, and we'll bring the right foot to rest. Let's take it to the left side. So extend the left leg out straight. And then we'll bend the knee, point it towards the sky, let the hips open, lean forward through the front of the hips. Okay, let's bring the left foot home. A little bend, or a little more of a bend to both knees, and let's just gently walk the feet forward. Right, small steps, half steps. And when we can bring our feet underneath us, let's put the feet right together and the knees right together, and then we're just gonna sink down with the upper body. I'm up on my toes and the fronts of the feet. Use the elbows to sort of prop the knees together, give them a little stability inducing hug here, right? Knees are hugging into one another. And then extend from the tailbone through the crown of the head and let the upper body roll out over the knees. Okay, let's keep the head and shoulders where they are, but start to bring the knees towards straight. Remember, straight knees are not our goal, but finding a good, stable lengthening in the back of the legs is our goal. Okay, let's bend our knees, and we're going to lower on down to the mat. Tabletop. And then we'll do a spinal twist from here. We'll thread the needle. That just means the left hand faces up. It's going to thread through here behind the right wrist so that we can come to rest on our left shoulder and the left side of the head. Okay? Take a second to sort of absorb the new situation, and then we're going to extend the right arm and bring it up and back. Okay, let's bring it back through center. And this time the right palm flips up. It's going to slide through here so we can come down with the right shoulder and the right side of the head. Take a moment to make the joints soft, to let the upper body sort of settle in. We're not fighting it, we're not overworking it, right? Because relaxation equals space. As much as we can learn to release muscles in the body, that means the joints are freer and can move relative to one another. And it just feels good. Relaxing feels good. All right, let's extend the left arm, elbows straight. We're going to bring it up and back. And once you get set up here, and you feel where the spine is going to twist, right? You feel where you feel it the most, right? Feel it on purpose. Return to it a couple times. And then if you want a little more, you can take that straightened right arm and press down through the back of the right hand. It sort of leverages that left shoulder back a little. Okay, let's come on back to center. And then let's just lie back on our backs and be very comfortable. Okay, let's let the left leg stay home. We're going to bend just the right knee and bring it up in front of us. Use both hands to hold the right knee. And first, we'll just give a gentle inward pull. And then let's just go side to side. And keep in mind that although our knee is the handle, the knee is the contact point, it's really the right hip where we're hoping to change things. So when you close your eyes and you go into your sense of touch, be based in the hip, right? The right hip is our base of operations. And just find a way to move that feels challenging or feels interesting or feels like sometimes you just get that feeling, oh, if I could only do this, I would feel much better, like find those little places, scratch the itches that you find, right? And a lot of times we open up new itches. When we scratch that itch and we learn what's possible, then we're to the next challenge, because nothing about us is ever stable. It's never going to stay the same, right? Our attention changes day by day and minute by minute. Our body changes day by day and minute by minute. And that's why it can hold my interest, right? I get bored easily, but when I'm studying my mind and my body, number one, it's personal, right? I have a vested interest in it. But number two, it's always changing. There's always something new to discover. There's always a new way to move. There's always a new way to breathe. There's always a new way to be aware of our thoughts. It's basically what meditation is being aware of our mind and being aware of our thoughts, of what goes on in there. Because it's normally, we learn to tune it out. It gets so annoying, our inner talk or our inner voice. Usually we ignore it because it's going all the time. But meditation teaches us to listen to it. All right, let's release the right knee and we'll bring the left in. Okay, at first give it a little gentle squeeze in towards us, right? Pull inward. And then we'll just take it side to side, zoom in on the left hip. Our hip is like a cup, and the head of the femur is a ball that fits inside that cup. And we can make that interface smoother. And by movement, we wake it up. And with our attention, we wake it up and warm it up, bring it online. I love the computer and the robot metaphors, bring it online. Okay, let's let the knee go and we'll take it out straight and just be very comfortable. Okay, let's bring our hands and arms down by our sides, palms down. And we're going to press down with our lower back. And we do that with the abdominal muscles. Press your lower vertebrae down against the floor. And then lift the head and shoulders. And just hold it right there. Stable. Remember to breathe. Simplify it. Make sure you're not fighting it or overworking it. Okay, let's roll up the spine. And once the head is touching down, just relax. Okay, let's go ahead and step in with both feet. So make sure we have about a foot between the knees and the feet, because we're going to windshield wiper the knees. It will help mostly the hips, but it also makes space in the knees and ankles. So let's first, our feet stay pretty much where they are, but we let them pivot, and we're going to lower both knees to the left. Okay? Now it's important when we get over to the side, switch totally off. Take a moment to relinquish control, let gravity hold the legs where it's going to go. And then we switch back on, and we come through center. And then we lower with control until we hit that stopping point, then make sure to switch off, if only for a moment. And then we'll come back across. Just take a few more side to sides. Okay, when we come back to center, let's extend both legs. right? Knees are straight. And then we got our arms straight, our elbows straight by our sides, and let's tuck our arms behind us. Okay? So I'm sitting on the back of my hands, I got my palms down against the floor. Okay? This is a chest stretch. So start to tuck your elbows in toward one another. And notice as we get the elbows closer, that's using the shoulders to sort of pull horizontally on the rib cage. So the upper body, the chest is broadening and lengthening. Okay? Now, press your elbows to the floor. Use about 10% strength to press down, and our elbows stay locked. Let's bring our head up to look down at our toes. And then we're just gonna shift up with the upper body so that now we're resting against the elbows. Okay, now here's our activation point, the solar plexus. And we're gonna take the heart and the solar plexus and reach for the sky. Okay, keep that reach going and find a comfortable place for your head. You can gently release it all the way back, or you can keep it elevated a little if that feels more comfortable. As long as we're lifting with the heart, we're doing it right. All right, let's slowly bring our head up to look down at our toes. The old voice is about to go again. From here, use your hands and forearms and press it up. And then we'll find a very comfortable, I'm getting lazy with that word. Since I've been doing more videos, I noticed some enunciation things I can do better, and I'm getting lazy with my comfortables. Okay, let's cap it off with a little bit of breathing here at the end of class. I think today let's do the 4, 7, 8. So I always think, especially if it has 3 sides, I think of it as a triangle. So this one is a triangle with an inhale for 4, and then an exhale for 7, and then holding our breath empty. No, that's not right. It's an inhale for 4, and then we hold our breath for 7, and then we exhale for 8. That's right. All right? So we'll inhale for a 4 count, exhale for a 7 count. No. I'm getting all turned around. Let's do the breath while I explain it, and I'll do it right that way. So we're gonna start together with a nice smooth inhale for a count of 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna hold our breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're gonna exhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 8. 1. All right, let's take a few more laps around the triangle, and I'll just keep mine to myself so we can all practice it.
good stopping place. The best in me bows to the best in you. Namaste.
Awesome.